For several decades of its production, the Volkswagen Beetle has left a significant imprint on pop culture and the world in general. Despite the pop culture, it has also appeared severally in the media. Yes, a great movie is made better only by the appearance of a great car, and the slug bug has graced numerous episodes. In this episode, we'll discuss 10 movies that starred the Beetle. Before we even dive into the countdown, kindly give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. Number 10. The Love Bug, 1969. The Love Bug, also known as Herby the Love Bug, is a 1969 American sports adventure comedy film based on Gordon Buford's story, Car, Boy, Girl. The film follows the adventures of a sentient Volkswagen Beetle named Herby, Herby's driver, Jim Douglas, Dean Jones, and Jim's love interest, Carol Bennett, Michelle Lee. English actor David Tomlinson portrays the villainous Peter Thorndike, the owner of an automobile showroom and an SCCA national champion who sells Herby to Jim and eventually becomes his racing rival. Number 9. Herby Fully Loaded, 2005. Herby Fully Loaded is an American sports comedy film. It had its premiere at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway on May 10, 2005, and was released in the United States on June 22, 2005 by Buena Vista Pictures Distribution. The film is the 6th and final installment in the Herby film series, following the television film The Love Bug, 1997, and serves as a direct sequel to the previous films. It features cameo appearances by many NASCAR drivers, including Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart, and Dale Jarrett. The film features Herby number 53, previously owned by Jim Douglas from The Love Bug, a freewheeling Volkswagen Beetle with a mind of its own. Maggie Payton became the new owner of number 53, and put it through its paces on the road to becoming a NASCAR competitor. Number 8. Herby Rides Again, 1974. Herby Rides Again is a 1974 American comedy film based on Gordon Buford's story. It is the second installment in the Herby film series and a sequel to The Love Bug, 1968. Notorious real estate magnate and demolition baron Alonzo A. Hawk, Keenan Wynn, is ready to build his newest office building, the 130-story Hawk Plaza in San Francisco. His only obstacle is the 1892 firehouse, the only building on the site still standing. Mrs. Steinmetz, Helen Hayes, widow of its former owner, Fire Captain Steinmetz, and aunt of mechanic Tennessee Steinmetz, lives there. Hawk's numerous attempts at evicting Mrs. Steinmetz have been unsuccessful, while the construction workers are growing impatient with Hawk's alleged indecision, reminding him that the whole thing is costing him $80,000 a day. Hawk decides to drive Mrs. Steinmetz out, starting with stealing Herby. Hawk is initially successful with his hot wiring skill, but also insults Herby, who retaliates by causing a series of traffic collisions and discards Hawk at his office door. Later, while Herby takes Mrs. Steinmetz to market, they are chased by Hawk's men. Herby makes several daring escapes, culminating in traveling through the 1909 landmark Sheraton Palace Hotel and along a suspension cable on the Golden Gate Bridge. Number 7. Happy Gilmore, 1996. Happy Gilmore is a 1996 American sports comedy film directed by Dennis Dugan, produced by Robert Simons, and starring Adam Sandler in the title role, Christopher McDonald, Julie Bowen, Francis Bay, and Carl Weathers. The film follows a failed ice hockey player who seeks to gather enough money to stop the foreclosure of his grandmother's house. Happy discovers a talent for golf and competes in paid tournaments, causing upset in the golf community as he gains a following for his skill and unconventional behavior. The movie features a white 1972 Volkswagen Super Beetle that crashes onto the golf course and runs into Happy. Number 6. Bumblebee, 2018. Bumblebee, stylized as Bumblebee and sometimes marketed as Transformers Bumblebee, is a 2018 science fiction action film based on Hasbro and Takara Tomi's Transformers toy line character of the same name. The film premiered on December 3, 2018 at the Sony Center in Berlin and was released in the United States on December 21 by Paramount Pictures. On the planet Cybertron, the Autobots, led by Optimus Prime, are on the verge of losing their war against the Decepticons. As they prepare to evacuate the planet, Decepticon forces led by Starscream, Soundwave, and Shockwave intercept the Autobots. Optimus sends Autobot Scout B-127 to Earth in an escape pod to set up a base of operations while he stays behind to fend off the Decepticons. B-127 reaches Earth and crash lands in California in 1987, disrupting a training exercise by Sector 7, a secret government agency tasked with monitoring extraterrestrial activity on Earth. After a very unwarm welcome by the humans on Earth and another attack by the Autobots' enemy, the Decepticons, B-127 scans and transforms into a yellow 1967 Volkswagen Beetle, where a teenager later finds him after hiding in a junkyard. We hope you're enjoying this episode. Before we dive into the remaining 5 Beetle movies, kindly hit that like button and subscribe. Number 5. The Shining, from 1980. The Shining is a 1980 psychological horror film produced and directed by Stanley Kubrick and co-written with novelist Diane Johnson. The film presents the descent into insanity of a recovering alcoholic and aspiring novelist played by Jack Nicholson, who takes a job as the winter caretaker for a haunted resort hotel with his wife, portrayed by Shelley Duvall, and their clairvoyant son, played by Danny Lloyd. Warner Brothers released the film in the United States on May 23, 1980, and in the United Kingdom on October 2nd. The film features a classic 1973 yellow Beetle sedan that the family drives through the mountains to get to the hotel. Number 4. Black Beetle, or Fuscão Preto, from 1983. Fuscão Preto is a 1983 Brazilian adventure drama film written by Francisco de Assis and directed by Jeremias Moreira Filho. The film is based on the song Fuscão Preto by Atilio Versuti and Mariel, which was sung by Almir Rogério. It was filmed in the cities of Mogi Guacu, Mogi Mirim, and Espírito Santo do Pinhal, all country towns in the state of São Paulo, Brazil. The action takes place in a country town where the mayor forces his son to marry a young woman, but the car, the Fuscão Preto of the title, a black Volkswagen Beetle, won't let it happen. Number 3. Bugman, 2023. Bugman is a 2023 film that explores the transformation of entomologist David Kierman into the titular superhero. Following exposure to a mysterious bug-controlling serum, Kierman gains the ability to command insects and uses these newfound powers to combat environmental threats and corporate greed. After enduring a bad breakup with his longtime girlfriend on the side of an old Oklahoma highway, a young man moves into a 1968 VW Beetle with 8-foot spider legs. Number 2. Herby Goes Bananas, 1980. Herby Goes Bananas is a 1980 American adventure comedy film directed by Vincent McAveety and written by Don Tate. Picking up sometime after the Trans-France race, Pete Stanchek, who has inherited Herby from his uncle Jim Douglas, travels to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico with his friend Davy DJ Johns to retrieve the car. They get directions from Paco, a comically mischievous orphaned pickpocket, to the car lot. Number 1. Herby Goes to Monte Carlo, 1977. Herby Goes to Monte Carlo is a 1977 American sports adventure comedy film directed by Vincent McAveety and written by Arthur Alsberg and Don Nelson. Herby, the Volkswagen Beetle with a mind of its own, is racing in the Monte Carlo rally with Jim Douglas. Meanwhile, 2 diamond thieves, Max, played by Bernard Fox, and Quincy, played by Roy Kinnear, steal the famous Étoile de Joie, French for Star of Joy, diamond and hide it in Herby's fuel tank in order to avoid being captured by a swarm of searching policemen. They attempt to steal Herby to retrieve the diamond, but Herby causes them to blow every chance they get. Which of these films was your favorite? Kindly share with us in the comment section below. Moreover, you can share about your favorite Volkswagen Beetle model. And before you leave, kindly give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to be notified when we upload the next video.